she made me draw an umbrella on a graph paper which I hated, frankly, because I always wanted to do figures. And they pushed it so much it looked like a pregnant butterfly. When I asked for the paintings, after 40 years she picked up the brush. I was never trained. I just tried different things and could do it.
नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका हमारे आज के एपिसोड द आर्ट कनेक्ट स्टूडियो प्रेजेंट्स द आर्टिस्ट टेबल। आज जिनसे हम मुलाकात करेंगे उनके बारे में फिर से मेरे पास में जिस तरह से मैं अलग बहुत सारे आर्टिस्ट से मिलता हूं और हर बार उन आर्टिस्ट में कुछ ना कुछ नई चीज़ें पाता हूं। आज ये कहना उपयुक्त रहेगा कि एज इज़ जस्ट अ नंबर, यानी जैसे जैसे आपकी उम्र बढ़ती है तब तक जैसे वैसे आपके एंथुजियाज्म में कोई कमी नहीं आ रही, आपके विजडम बढ़ता जा रहा है। आसपास के जितने भी सारे लोग हैं वो आपकी तरफ देखते हैं टू गेट सम काइंड ऑफ सजेशंस। एट दिस एज आप लोगों को हेल्प कर रही हैं आर्ट फील्ड में एस्टैब्लिश होने के लिए। अपनी कम्युनिटी पाठारे प्रभु कम्युनिटी के लिए बहुत कुछ कर रही हैं। तो आज मिलते हैं हमारे आज के अतिथि आर्टिस्ट नीला जी से, नीला त्रिलोकेकर जी से। नमस्कार मैम।
नमस्ते
मैम। मतलब आपका इंट्रोडक्शन करने में मुझे बहुत कुछ सोचना पड़ रहा है, क्योंकि आपकी जो एक प्रतिभा है और आपका जो एक स्टेचर है आपके समाज में, मैंने बहुत आर्टिस्ट से आपके बारे में सुन रखा है कि आप लोगों के लिए बहुत कुछ कर रही हैं। एंड यू आर सो एक्टिव एट, आई शुड नॉट से दिस एज, बट यू आर एक्टिव and so young, so
young at heart, I would
young
say.
at heart, yes ma'am. So welcome to our show. Ma'am, I would just want to ask that what keeps you going? What is that one particular thing? I would want to understand, because those energies we all need around us.
Well, I should say that it has been there right from the beginning. I started my art career maybe from the age of 5.
Okay.
I have been always because I am related to the great artist Mahadev Dhurandhar, who was JJ School of Arts के dean, and his daughter Ambika Dhurandhar, who is a well-known artist. So I used to go and learn from her at the age of 5.
5 years, yeah.
And she made me draw an umbrella on a graph paper which I hated, frankly, because I always wanted to do figures.
Okay.
So that was my passion. And then of course as time went on and I finished my college, graduation, got married, and of course I didn't have much time in those days. But then I started working with Mrs. Balsara, who had a boutique.
Right.
And I started painting on cloth.
Okay.
So I painted saris, dresses, baba suits, and each month we used to take out new designs.
And what was the year like, if I may ask?
This was in 1960-65.
Wow, 60-65 you used to make those saris.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, and now that fashion has come back of painted saris. But in those days it was really a craze.
Right.
And there were ladies who did exhibitions of my painted saris in their name. But that's okay. I was a ghost painter, I can say.
But I'm sure the remuneration for your art at that time would have been very minuscule.
I didn't get any money.
Nothing.
Nothing. There was no question of money, but I used to get a new dress for my daughter.
Acha.
Every month there was a new dress which I had designed and I had painted.
So it was a barter system.
Yeah, it was a sort of barter.
The old system, barter system.
So that was okay.
Payment in kind.
Yes, pay in kind.
So ma'am, then when and how actually your art journey started and flourished the way it has come to now?
I used to do jewelry designing also for Mr. A.K. Motiwala, and even I did some for Tribhuvandas Binji,
Oh,
Jewelry also.
wow.
But of course I don't have any samples of that with me. But that I really enjoyed. But the actual journey started when I went to Doha, Qatar.
Okay.
And I started working as an in the occupational therapy department as an art and craft person. So there what we had was we had to get patients to rehabilitate, and there were different means, and so I learned so many arts with that. So there was carpet making, tapestry, copper tooling, pottery. So whatever helped the patient to get better.
So that's what the question was just popping up in my mind is what kind of patients these were, you know?
These were mainly accident patients or those who have lost their hands
Okay.
or feet, or they have to do certain physiotherapy activities. And this was better in a way because then they could see that the craft they are doing. And that helped them a lot
Right.
to fill the time, because most of them were young.
To fill the time also, and probably to come out of that trauma
of that trauma,
injury or
Yeah.
those things. Yes.
And then the best ones I liked were the geriatrics,
Okay.
because they really enjoyed
Uh-huh.
all these pom-pom making and things like that, macrame. Even they used to enjoy macrame,
Okay.
or this little wood cutting, because those were Irani patients and they had visited India earlier, so they knew and they could speak little Hindi also,
Okay.
and it was easier to instruct them.
So it all started from
Yeah,
Doha.
it started from Doha. Then the ladies there, see, in these refineries, there was offshore and onshore. So my husband was working for onshore.
Okay.
So he didn't go offshore, but there were husbands who went offshore for 8 days.
Okay.
So the ladies were left alone at home, and there was no school. So the children were kept in hostels in India or UK
Right.
or anywhere. So they used to get very depressed.
Okay.
So such ladies I felt should have something to do.
Okay.
So I started classes for them.
And this is apart from the occupational
apart from
therapy?
the occupational
Okay.
therapy.
Okay. Okay.
But I use the same arts here,
Okay.
like batik, then macrame, carpet making, copper tooling. So all these ladies were very enthusiastic, which was very funny. Of course, some ladies did some funny things, like making a huge butterfly and they pushed on the copper and they pushed it so much it looked like a pregnant butterfly. But of course I couldn't say that to them. I said, it's very nice, very nice. And very proudly she exhibited it everywhere in her house.
There is no bad art basically.
No.
Art is an art.
Art is an art.
That is right.
Yes. It was a very cosmopolitan crowd, basically. There were Indians were there,
Uh-huh.
all from all over India, from Cyprus,
Okay.
Turkish,
Uh-huh.
Turkish ladies, which knew quite a few arts themselves. So they were very interested.
Yeah.
Then there were Pakistani ladies. We had very good Pakistani friends. Then there were Sudani, there were Qatari, then there were Bahraini. So all these ladies were there.
All these things, the crochet and the macrame, the ceramics and pottery, whatever you are saying, you were teaching all these things to them without any formal training to you.
That's right.
It's amazing that without any formal training you were able to master these things. So how did you manage that, ma'am?
Well, frankly, by looking and getting the ideas.
Self learning.
Self learning.
And just to remind to the viewers, there were no Google auntie during that time.
Yeah, that's right.
There was no Google. There's
No Google, no
YouTube,
online.
no online. It's a big achievement for you to staying in Doha and then learning these things, mastering yourself, and then teaching them.
Yeah. See, basically, if you have some art in yourself, then you try to use different mediums.
For how many years you were there in Doha taking your classes?
I was there for 11 years.
So you used to
Yes.
do the therapy and the classes.
Yes.
It was all on a charity, mostly on the charity basis.
Everything was on charity.
basis. No remuneration to it.
No.
Just art ki seva.
Art ki seva. But I was recognized.
Huh.
And there were my interviews in papers, and there was one Pakistani lady who interviewed me for Gulf Times.
Wow.
And there was one Bahraini lady who interviewed me for a Arabic magazine.
Okay.
Like we have our Femina, something like that. It was called Saiditi.
Okay.
Saiditi means gentle ladies.
Okay.
Then there was Qatar Television,
Okay.
who came to our activity room in hospital to see the patients working with me, doing so many activities.
Mm-hmm.
Then QBS, that is the radio, they interviewed me. So it was known.
It was more of a kind thing
Yeah,
than
it was,
the cash.
and then the Capco, there were two other companies. One was Japanese, one was I think Qatar ka hi the. So those two companies also invited me to teach their ladies.
Wow.
And then we had exhibitions arranged there. The ladies and everybody enjoyed that.
Right.
There was a carpenter shop connected to the hospital. And they used to have these veneer pieces and plywood pieces strewn around. There were different colored veneers. So I just picked them. We had the cutter. I cut them and I made a collage of it. Of course, it's very, very Indian picture. But it was fun.
Right.
See, it was just my imagination because I didn't have any model or anything. It was just my idea or whatever I imagined at that time. These people, the ladies will look like this, the boy will look like this, and there will be a middle-aged lady, one younger lady. So how they will look?
You were just talking about you had made something with the tiles also.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the very first thing I did when I went to Doha. Of course, I didn't know anybody. That was the first time I have landed in Doha. So the construction was going around, and there were tiles lying around, pieces of tiles.
Right.
Now I didn't have any canvas or I didn't have any placard to use. So I picked up one bookshelf.
Okay.
So I took one shelf out and I broke those tiles
Tiles.
and stuck them on it.
And you made out
I made a picture out of it, which is still there after 50 years.
I saw that, and it's still going strong.
It's still very
It's
strong.
very strong, yes. I had also seen one lady sitting on a window with a sari kapda outside. So this was a very nice thing. Can you explain something about that, ma'am?
Oh, yes, that is our typical Pathare Prabhu, bride's mother.
Okay.
That's how a bride's mother dresses up.
Okay.
She is not a bride.
Uh-huh.
Bride is younger.
Okay.
This is a middle-aged woman.
Uh-huh.
And I have dressed her up with the typical ornaments which we Pathare Prabhu ladies wear.
Okay.
And then the sari also that she wore was my own sari.
Okay.
Which I had made her wear.
Okay.
But now, of course, it is in tatters, so I had to change. I made her wear a new shalu.
But it is looking very, very nice now also. Like it's a very old thing. So, ma'am, with these multiple mediums you've been working and trying, which is your favorite medium?
Well, my favorite medium is acrylic.
Okay.
Though I have worked with oils, watercolors, but I know the watercolor is the most difficult medium. But I love watercolors too. And I do my acrylics like watercolors, frankly.
Okay. Any specific subjects you would you like to work on?
Yeah, I prefer to do figures.
Okay.
Human figures.
Human figures.
So, without taking any training of anatomy or anything, I feel that is the best thing I do.
So I have seen a few of your paintings where you have captured the rural part of Maharashtra. You've also captured the essence of feminism, mother and child, or a lady waiting and sitting. So can we have some insight about all this thought process of yours?
Well, I didn't have any models or anything. It just when I visited so many places in Maharashtra, it's something like Paul Gauguin, how he just painted Tahiti ladies, same sort of thing. So some ladies made a lot of impression on me. So I painted one farmer's daughter.
Okay.
I didn't have a photograph or anything of her. I just thought about her and painted.
Okay.
Same thing I did with the two Adivasi ladies and the Adivasi mother and child.
Right.
Yes. It's the same thing.
So I see a lot of emotions in your paintings, and you use very subtle colors, and you are so what inspires you to do this? Like, what are those smaller points which you look at when you are making these paintings?
Well, I prefer to use little brighter colors, because what I feel that the vibes that they give should be positive.
Right.
Frankly, I don't like the use of more of grays and dull colors, and because you feel depressed.
Right.
When you see a movie or a comedy or anything, that gives you a better feeling. Even the painting should give you the same feeling.
Right.
When you enter the room and you see a bright colored painting, it gives you a better feeling.
And you feel relaxed while looking at those paintings. Positive energies they flow into.
Exactly.
I always believe that whatever paintings an artist makes is his own persona which comes into it.
That's right.
So, I really feel that all the work which you've been doing till now, it is reflection of your own personality.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So now I am getting that answer how you are so young at heart because of the positivity.
Yes.
We talked about Pathare Prabhu as a community. So you are also very active in promoting the community and doing a lot of activities with the community in your community cycle. So tell us something about that, ma'am.
Well, I started about 2 years ago with an exhibition of with paintings, and I called ladies who I knew were good in painting, but never exhibited their paintings outside. So I collected two paintings from each person.
Okay.
And there were about 80 paintings which I collected, and I had an exhibition in our Pathare Prabhu Cultural Center. That was very interesting because about 500 people came to see. There was no advertisement, nothing. It was just word of mouth. And the best thing I felt there was, there is a 80-year-old lady. She told me she is a JJ School of Art student.
Okay.
But after she got married, she hadn't done anything. With her children and joint family and father-in-laws, etc. She didn't have time to do. When I asked for the paintings, after 40 years she picked up the brush.
Wow.
And did 2 paintings for me. That was real satisfaction.
Like someone doing full-fledged art, taking education in art,
always
and that
doing
too
it.
in JJ School of Arts,
Yeah.
and then for 40 years doing nothing.
Nothing.
What kind of depression the
Yes.
artist inside that a person might be feeling?
And then there was a function. I think her husband turned 90 or something. So as a giveaway present, she painted small canvases to give away. And she told me that, see, I am doing it because of you.
So you keep on doing these activities to promote promote various artists.
Yes, the younger artists. Actually, and I was surprised, even the teenagers and the college going crowd, they were enthusiastic and came to help. Like putting up the paintings, making the boards, doing the posters, and generally advertising the fact. Because recently, just last year I had art and craft exhibition. The craft included crochet, knitting, painting, of course, modeling.
I had seen that. Yes.
Children's work.
Yes. I saw few students, very young students. They were very enthusiastic that their paintings were getting sold off.
Yes. Yes. And even the lippen art.
Yes. Yes.
And even painted bottles.
Right.
All sorts of things were there.
Someone who doesn't have a platform and like you, once you give them a platform and then they realize their actual potential, that is where that germination starts. आप उनको खाली थोड़ा सा पानी देते हैं जिससे वो उगना शुरू करते हैं और फिर तो ऊपर वाला उनको आगे बढ़ाता है.
Absolutely.
Right. You are doing so many things and बहुत सिंपल सा है कि मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए वो वाली उससे. You are just giving it back to the society.
Yeah, I really don't want to make it a professionally or anything.
Right, ma'am.
I am not claiming I am a great artist or anything. It's just that everybody should come out with their own art.
That's right, ma'am. Right.
Because everybody has got art or some talent in them, but they just require a platform. Nobody knows about them.
Oh, exactly.
So that should come out.
Right.
And this is the only time they can do it.
So, ma'am, after Doha, you've been on and off in India, Mumbai, and juggling between US. So, what kind of projects you've been doing during these times?
I visited my children there in US. Both of them are settled there. And every time I went, I needed something to do because whole day I'll be alone at home.
Right.
So I always told them, have some projects ready for me. And then I did lots of paintings according to their wishes, whatever interior colors they had, to match those. And my daughter, last time she gave me a full wall.
Okay.
So I had to do a full wall. It was her in her basement. So she wanted, the basement was very dull. She said, I want something bright there. So then I painted a sun and birds flying and a bamboo forest and things like that.
Like in one painting, do you use various materials or you are just doing?
No,
with
I
technique?
use, I do a sort of collage.
Okay.
I use pumice stone, rough pumice stone as well as gel.
Okay.
There is a gel available in US, so I use that a lot.
Okay.
My granddaughter, she wanted for her bedroom girl sitting,
Okay.
only the back, you know, the hat and the back.
Okay.
So, but she wanted her dress or the background according to her bed linen.
Okay.
So the bed linen color was very difficult. It was a sort of greyish blue.
Okay.
Neither grey, neither blue, neither green. It was a mixture of that color. So it was a very difficult color to make. Now I had to mix blues, whites, with blacks and browns for that.
Wow.
And it was a big painting, it wasn't a small one.
And what are these sizes?
All are huge ones
Huge
because
size.
they have mansions, absolutely.
Okay.
So there are huge walls and huge. So usually it is 5 feet by 4 feet, 6 feet by 4 feet, you know, like those.
Do you sell your artwork?
No, I don't.
Not at all.
No. This is art for art's sake.
Art for art's sake. So this is just giving back to the society.
Yeah, that's right.
So, ma'am, any new projects which you are thinking about, or are you working on some projects in the coming years?
Yes, I am thinking about having a children's workshop.
Okay.
Well, that is not just painting, but air dry clay, like little bit of pottery, handmade pottery, craft with waste material, painting bottles, no, things like that, and make groups of children just sit from say 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, because that is more than enough for children.
That's right.
And for that I'll use my community center, but I'll inform schools so that they can advertise that and get the children together. And I know St. Vincent School's principal, Mrs. Jaikar. She is very much interested in it.
Okay.
Then there is one Meena Dharadhar Ambavne. She was a principal in Bhivandi High School for last 34 years. Now she is retired, but she is always there to support me. In all these exhibitions, these are the people who supported me. From Mahila Samaj, our Mahila Samaj, there was this Neeta Sanjit, there was Pallavi Kothare, Meena Dharadhar, then Karishma Kothare. They were all very supportive, and they really stood by me till 11 o'clock at night, working, helping, everything.
So obviously, ma'am, when you are doing such a great job, where without expecting anything out of others, just trying to give to others. So yes, there would be other people also thinking and supporting. So that's a good gesture. And the very very good thing is that your entire community stands besides you.
Yeah.
You know, ekta jab ekta aati hai tab then the growth happens.
Yes.
Right.
That
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Right. So it is.
In fact, I must tell you one incident. There was one lady lawyer, I don't remember, some Sundar Navalkar, I think.
Okay.
She left 8,000 rupees of check in her will.
Okay.
For me, to use it for art purposes.
Okay.
So, you know, I had to pay the rent of the hall. So that helped me paying the rent. Yeah,
people
see?
will come ahead
Yes. And
and
somebody sent a check of 5,000 again. And we have quite a few artists in our community. Like there is Poonam Kurdikar. She is an fantastic portrait painter.
Oh, wow.
Of course, she studied in JJ School of Arts. Then there is Kishore Jaikar, who is an excellent photographer. He makes his calendars and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are quite a few people who came for these exhibitions and participated in it.
You are doing all these activities to bring the not only your community but also other upcoming artists. They get a platform out of this. So would you want to give some kind of message to our audience and to those upcoming artists?
Well, I am not such a big person to give message or anything to the society, but what I feel that each one has got a talent in them. So that talent should be grown, and you should not feel shy of showing off your talent.
Right.
So you should not feel that, oh, if I do it and it's not good, people won't appreciate it. No, it's not like that. If you work on it, you will do much better work. And I think that is the message I would like to give. Because I was never trained. I just tried different things and could do it. So why not you? You can also do it.
I feel so honored, and I thank you from my heart that you gave your time to us, explaining about your journey, explaining about the various art forms you've been working on, and obviously your future projects. I would extend my support towards your cause. Like if you can call me anytime if you need any of my help for getting these things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And I appreciate your help. If in future I require, I'll definitely call you.
We'll be there, ma'am, for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. आशा करता हूँ कि आपको हमारा ये आज का एपिसोड पसंद आया होगा। मेरा भी ये पूरी तरह से मानना है कि वी शुड लुक एट गिविंग बैक टू द सोसाइटी। जिस तरह से मैम बिना खुद के फ़ायदे के शी इज़ ट्राइंग टू गिव इट बैक टू द सोसाइटी, और जो अपकमिंग आर्टिस्ट है उनके लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म देने की कोशिश कर रही है। तो मुझे लगता है कि वो सारे दर्शक, वो सारे व्यूअर्स जो केपेबल हैं, वो उन आर्टिस्ट को सपोर्ट करें, कम फॉरवर्ड टू सपोर्ट दोज पर्सन्स हु आर नॉट गेटिंग अ प्लेटफॉर्म। वो बहुत सारे ऐसे आर्टिस्ट हैं जिनके आर्ट की जर्नी अचानक ख़त्म हो जाती है बिकॉज दे डोंट गेट सपोर्ट फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी, दे डोंट गेट सपोर्ट फ्रॉम देयर फैमिली, और रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी के उलझन में वो फंस जाते हैं। मतलब अगर आपको हमारा एपिसोड पसंद आया हो तो आप उसको लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें, लेकिन इससे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि आप ये वाले मैसेज को ज़्यादा आगे लोगों के पास पहुंचाएं कि नए आर्टिस्ट या वो आर्टिस्ट जिनके आर्ट को प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिल रहा है उनको प्रमोट कीजिए। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।